I'm live. Hey, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. Now, normally I pre record them and I have a virtual assistant edit them, but a couple of things have been going on. First of all, I've been sick. Normally I post videos, movie reviews every single day, but I've been sick and every day I was just like, oh, I gotta go back to bed. And then my virtual assistant is on vacation. And so I'm doing a live, and hopefully you enjoy this. So I don't know if you know, but my goal has always been to save viewers time and money by giving you the scoop on filmmaking quality and content so you can decide whether or not you want to spend time and money watching a particular movie. So today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Mufasa, The Lion King. And you might be thinking, yeah. That came out what, a couple of weeks ago? I know. I'm still trying to catch up from 2024 movies. And tonight is the Golden Globes. And I haven't even talked about all of the movies and nor even seen all of the ones that are up. So I'm trying. Anyway, I'm going to catch up. So, in a quick nutshell, this is an animated prequel by Disney that's now playing in theaters, and it's celebrating the 30th anniversary of the original movie The Lion King. It is the bad thing about going live is when I have a cough attack, I can't edit that out. So sorry about that. The movie is rated PG. It's an hour and 58 minutes long. And my overall movie review grade is probably an A for visuals. And I'll talk about that in a minute. And then maybe a B minus for the script. And I'll talk about that here in just a few minutes too. I'll give you an overview in a nutshell. I'll point out things I like, things I didn't like. I'll offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about if you watch them with your kids or anybody else, funny lines, interesting lines, and then we'll end up with recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that I think you might also really like. But before we get into all of that, I just wanted to share today's featured product, which is the original movie, The Lion King, on Amazon Prime. You can click down in the description below and it'll give you a link to that movie. So that makes it super easy to find. And I really recommend that you do watch the first one before you watch this one. But I'm going to get into that here in just a minute as well. So, in a nutshell, overall, the original Lion King movie was incredible and groundbreaking, even becoming a Broadway smash hit, right? Did you ever see that on stage? Amazing. My kids and I watched the movie about a million times while they were growing up when they were really little. In this prequel, Mufasa is the cub who gets lost from his parents. He meets a sympathetic friend, Taka, or Taka, I forget how they pronounce it in the movie now, but anyway, who is heir to a royal bloodline of other lions. The chance meeting sets in motion an expansive journey of a group of misfits searching for their own unique destiny. The film was directed by Barry Jenkins. Writing credits go to Jeff Nathanson, Linda Woolverton, and Irene Mecchi. So already the film has been nominated for 6 awards, including Outstanding Achievement in Casting. The casting is great. I'll talk about that in a minute. Best Visual Effects, amazing. Outstanding Soundtrack, yeah, really good. And Outstanding Voice Performance. So quick tips for parents. Kids who have not seen the first Lion King might be pretty confused in this movie. Animals are in dangerous situations almost during the entire film. There's animal fighting. There's talk of animals who have died previously, and we see a creature drown. Some of the themes that are illustrated are courage, family, hope, brotherhood, power, betrayal, outsiders trying to fit in, acceptance and belonging. Those are great themes. Leadership and fathers and sons. Now, onto the list of things that I really liked in this movie. First of all, I love that the film was dedicated to the legendary James Earl Jones, who sadly passed away recently. Just in September 2024 at the age of 93. He had such a magical voice, didn't he? And we all miss him. Just his voice was epic. The film is epic and gorgeous to look at. Some of the vistas are truly stunning. There is a photorealistic technique in the movie that's used to make it look like it was filmed rather than animated. And this technique allows for very detailed expressions on all of the animals' faces. That is just impressive. The cast includes voices of Mads Mikkelsen, Tandy Newton, Lenny James, Keith David, Seth Rogen, Donald Glover, Billy Eichner, Annika Noni Rose, John Connie, and even Beyonce and her own daughter, Blue Ivy. This is Blue Ivy's acting debut, and she was very cute with a cute little voice. Aaron Pierre voices the growing Mufasa. Braylon Rankins voices the young Mufasa, who first acted as Simba when he was only 7 years old in an elementary school play. So I love that. He's living the dream. It's really great to hear the musical talents of Lin-Manuel Miranda's music in this movie. Yay. The recent movie and release of Moana 2, the sequel, it suffered, I think, without his magical touch, which he used in the first Moana, which I love, 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 love. The second one, not so much. One of the songs in this movie teaches a popular African lesson, which is if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I love that adage. I also loved what Mufasa said to Taka, who wanted advice on how to talk to a girl. He said, quote, "Here's the most important thing. Listen when she speaks. Males have trouble with that one," end quote. And I thought, yes, that's so true. I'll give you some more quotes here in just a minute. The director almost did not make this movie. Disney sent him the script during the pandemic, but he wasn't that interested until he started reading and was impressed with the ideas in the story. So, have you ever noticed Mads Mikkelsen's teeth in real life? They kind of look like vampire fangs. And so the animators used that feature in the villain that he voices in the movie, named Kairos. Again, it's been actually a few weeks since I've seen this movie, and now I'm trying to remember. I just didn't have the energy to write up the review and even do a film video review. Anyway, the director calls Mads the villain of all villains. So he really wanted him to voice the albino lion because he has such a great voice. And Mads admits he was frightened when he learned that he would have to sing in this movie. He voices the same character in the Danish release of the movie because he's Danish. One of my sons is actually dating a girl from Denmark, and I've been to Denmark. It's a lovely country. Aaron Pierre was also concerned about singing his role as Mufasa, but he gave credit to Lin-Manuel Miranda for writing such great songs and for helping all of the cast get through the singing of these songs. There's a funny reference to the stage play, the musical that was so popular, when Timon says that he's seen the play and he didn't like that he was represented as a sock puppet. And I thought that was cute. Now, that line will probably go over the heads of little ones who didn't even know about the stage production, but the parents will get a chuckle out of that, especially if they've seen it. Now, on to the list of things that I didn't like or just thought could have been done better or differently. First, it definitely helps to have seen the first movie, The Lion King, before watching the film, like as I mentioned before, because you're just not sure who all of these characters are and what their relationship are. Now, real little ones are not going to care. They're just going to see the music and the cute lions and, all of that. But if you're trying to understand the story, then you might want to watch the first one, even if you have seen the first one again, just to kind of refresh. The voices for Timon and Pumbaa sound way too different from the original ones. And again, young ones who are seeing this for the first time won't even know the original voices or care. But if you're looking for voices that are going to remind us of those characters, it's a little bit of a miss. They're still fun, just not the same voices. Some fans have actually expressed anger at the revelation that Scar and Mufasa, spoiler, were not actually related as we thought in the original movie, The Lion King. Now, that is a spoiler. I don't know if that's not going to ruin anything for you. It might just help clarify some things. Sometimes it does get a little confusing to distinguish between the lions. The animators tried to make them look them differently enough, but when this is going to be playing on your TV once it goes to streaming, and you glance over and you're just going to see all these lions running around, you might go, now wait a minute, what, who, which one, where? And so again, it's helpful to see the first one and kind of remember what those lions look like. some viewers have also criticized this movie for being just kind of a soulless cash grab. And it's true that it doesn't have the same heart and charm of the original Lion King movie, but it's still good in other ways. And I wouldn't trash it for that at all. There are some legalities in IPs that certain things need to be refreshed in order to maintain that IP. Maybe that's what that's all about. I don't know. The story is told as a series of flashbacks, which might also confuse not only younger children, but even adults who are like, wait, what? So just pay attention. All right. Now, whenever I watch movies, I instantly write down the funny lines and the interesting lines that I hear simply so I can share them with you. And so you can see all of them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. But I'm going to share some of them with you right now. And so Timon is voiced by Billy Eichner, who does a really great job. Anyway, they're talking about different characters and lions and such anyway. And so Timon is always one to have snarky remarks on various things. Anyway, and so he's looking and he says, it makes sense that he lives alone. Anyway, and then Taka, I'm pronouncing the name differently every time. I can't remember. I apologize that I haven't seen the movie now for a few weeks and I can't remember. But anyway, he's voiced by Kelvin Harrison Jr. And so he sees the lion sleeping, the dad, and he's like, sleeping again. And then his dad is Obasi, who's voiced by Lenny James. And the dad says, that is what males do. We protect the pride as we nap. That's our power. And that just made me laugh because I think that's kind of funny and kind of true. And then Timon, you're watching this movie and it's mostly about Mufasa, obviously. Every now and then we go back and we see Timon and Pumbaa doing their thing. And Timon says, so just to be clear, we're not in this story. I mean, they're in the movie, but it's definitely not about them. And it's really for fans' pleasure that we even get little bits of Timon and Pumbaa. And then another thing that Timon says as he realizes, hey, this movie's not about us, he's like, less childhood drama, more meerkat. And if you've ever seen meerkats in real life, you'd be like, yes, we need more meerkats. They are so cute. Anyway, a lot of zoos have them. They're just adorable. Okay, on to the interesting lines. So Mufasa, who is the father from the very first Lion King, and in his voice of James Earl Jones, the very beginning of the movie, we hear him say, look at the stars. Whenever you feel alone, the great kings of the past will always be there to carry you. And I love that. And again, it's just like, we dismiss him so much. Courage is a huge theme of this movie, as it was in the first one, really. There's a line by Beyonce, who plays or voices Nala, and she says, we can also be there right now. We can close our eyes, let our dreams take us. As they're talking about the lands of their fathers, as well as the land of their tribe, and what is their land, and all of that kind of stuff. Tandy Newton says, to be a true king, he must earn it. And we got that message from the first movie as well. I thought this was such a sweet line. This is Obasi, Lenny James, talking to his wife, and he says, without you, I have no home. When one of my sons got married and he and his new bride were both speaking to everybody who was in attendance, she said, that my son was her home. She felt like she was home when she met him. And I was just like, way to make a mother of the groom cry. Anyway, such a great line. And then let me see, I'm looking at some more. Mufasa, the newer Mufasa, as he's growing up, says, every being has a place in the circle of life. And I love that they circled back to that theme as well. And then Rafiki is in the movie. He's voiced by John Connie, and he says, it's not what you were, but what you have become, which I think is a really great line. And again, speaks to all of those themes of becoming and finding your place in the world. And then, this just broke my heart. So Mufasa says, where's father? And then Beyonce, the mother, Nala, says, he lives in you now. So, there's the feels, there's the cries, the tears, and all of that kind of stuff. So before we go, let me give you some recommendations for some other films that are very similar that I think you're going to like. First of all is The Lion King, the original. Again, click on the link in the description and that'll take you straight to Amazon Prime where you can watch it. But then I was looking at some other films that have to do with fathers and sons, kings, finding your place in the line of kings, and all of that. And so the next movie I thought of is The Prince of Egypt, which was also another fantastic Disney movie that came out as a musical. I think it was late 80s, early 90s. Really well done, beautiful, fantastic music, similar themes. And then, of course, Hamlet, which has a lot of the same themes. And that the link that I have in the description below is for the Mel Gibson Get Glenn Close version. I've seen many versions, but that's a good one. So if you haven't started or if you haven't seen any, that's a good one to start with. All right, that's it. Let's see. Let me look over and see how many of you have joined me live. Hey, you're there. Thank you so much for joining me. I also just saw how long I've been talking, so I need to cut this short. I don't want my movie reviews to be so long, even though I love being with you and I get to talk all day long, probably. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed this movie. If you have, comment down in the box below. Let me know what you think. And if you're a subscriber, you know I always respond to everybody's comments. I love hearing from you. Anyway, I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now. And then, of course, I'm going to keep talking while I click on end stream because that takes me a while. When I click end stream, it says, no, not yet. Yes, it's ready. Okay, bye.